Hello, everyone. My name is Amy Cunningham, and I am here today to talk about my course and how it aligns with what I've learned in the Inclusive Teaching FLC, and also some goals that I have for making it a more inclusive class. So I'm going to start by showing you my English Comp 1 course as it appears in Blackboard. Let's see, that's one that I haven't started yet. Let's try this one that's active. Okay, so the first thing that you'll notice is my announcements page is where we land. And every week I put announcements about what's due on that page to try to make it very clear. Every time you log into the class, you know what's coming up due. You can also see one of my inclusive teaching strategies is to the tone in which I communicate with my students. And so I make it very clear every single time I communicate that I am here to help. And you can see that here in the language that is evident in the announcement. Let's see, I think I'm going to actually put this into student preview mode so it'll look for us like it will look for my students. Great. Another inclusive teaching strategy that I have already included is following this kind of QM structure, a varied version of it, a pared down version of it, so that when you log in, it's really apparent what you're supposed to do. When you first log into the class the very first time, you start here, click on Start Here, and every single module, and including the orientation, starts with a video overview. And that video overview is me walking through and talking about what we're supposed to be doing, similar to what you would experience in an actual classroom, which I think provides a sense that a human being is the professor of this class, something that's important for me to emphasize. If you look here, we have the course syllabus. And one of the things that is helpful in developing my course presence is that I actually try to put my face on things, including the videos and including my course syllabus. So my teaching philosophy and my photograph, my professional photograph, are right there. The very first thing you see when you go to the syllabus. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is the course modules. As I said before, when you click on the course module, it has a video right off the bat, and everything is in a line start to finish to make it easy to navigate. And then when we're looking at the course modules, this is sort of the QM structure that I was talking about. They're all very easy to navigate. So you can see you start at the top, easily labeled what they are, and all of those things correspond with what's in the gradebook as well. So it makes it quite easy to tell where you have met the expectations and where you haven't. Another thing that I do is I keep the structure the same for each unit. So in every unit, you'll have the video, the assignment sheet, course notes, a reading quiz, and then a discussion board, which you can't see right now because they disappear after the due date, which I'm sort of contemplating changing. But if I exit preview, you'll see that there, if we go back to that narrative, that there was a discussion board. And so this discussion board is intended to help students interact with each other in the material. And this is really the only point that I have for building that community. And so in our FLC, we discussed other options for how to do more. I think this is a kind of a weakness in my course, is that this is really the only place for students to interact with each other is on these discussion boards. And I find that the conversations are typically kind of superficial. We get a couple of good ones, especially when we get to this textual analysis discussion boards, kind of generate some good conversation. But the discussion boards are really supposed to be with them talking about the material. And so I don't know, I just don't find that they are very deep or meaningful conversations between students. It definitely feels like they're just kind of checking a mark that I completed that task. So that's something I'm going to be considering in the future. One thing that I've already changed in my course because of this FLC is we were talking about the idea of structure, increased structure. And previously, all of my modules were completed by these due dates, as you can see right here on the landing page here. And nothing was due before that. So say we have a 2-week module, they have 2 weeks to complete everything. My thinking being that adds more flexibility and they'll can work within their schedule. However, I heard what people were talking about in what the textbook said in the FLC about added structure actually being a positive. And so in my research module, I instituted that practice of every week of the module, there is a structured due date. So you can see here, I've added this module 5 timeline of due dates. And shows each week there is something due. So it breaks it down a little bit more. And I'm actually already finding that this has been helpful for holding students accountable for keeping up with the work instead of just procrastinating. So I've been pretty happy about that. And I think I will go back into the rest of my modules and add a similar idea. Okay, so that is an overview of my course, and I'm just so grateful to have participated in this FLC. I feel like I have learned a lot, and my students will benefit greatly. And I'm going to continue along with these lines of studies. And thank you all for your collegiality.